An article or something with Carlo Ancelotti talking about his, I think he's promoting his new book, talking about his experiences at different clubs. And one fallout he had with Roman Abramovich was when he pulled off Torres. The owner didn't like it.
Yeah.
And it just feels like there's sometimes an obligation to play the big names.
What do you want? Do you want to win? Or like, that's what I've been saying to my chairman. Do you want to win the game of football? Like, allow me to make my decisions. And I fully understand when you make, you spend big money on players, but Manchester United have been spending big money on players for years. It's not like not a one-off £65 million payment that they've just made. This has been happening for years at Manchester United. The standard is to win football matches. So if I'm not winning football matches, and also when time's running out, which it is for Amorim, he's going to have to start, say taking a few risks. It's not even a risk, in my opinion. It's just like, how am I going to win a game of football? He's the best player to do it. He's the best player to do it. Who can I rely on? And if the chairman comes down after beating Sunderland, 3-1 and says, why ain't Sesko playing? I say, it doesn't matter, we just won the game 3-0 and I'll win it again for you next week. And I think that's where he's at. He's really in a corner here. He's got to start fighting. He's got to stand his ground somehow by making some big decisions.
I guess the other difference between the Ancelotti situation here and what's happening here is that the Torres signing was an Abramovich signing, where some of these signings feel very much like an Amorim signing. So it feels like he himself is obligated to pay them because he created the bomb squad. He said, I'm not going to have Garnacho here. I'm not going to have a Marcus Rashford involved in this side. This is my team now. I've spent the cash. I've gotten the club to spend the cash. I have to play them. Yeah. Is there a little bit of that element going on as well?
He's the manager of the team. He's been the one that's directed these signings. I'm sure had a massive say in them coming in. So he wants them to work. He's brought them in because he probably believes that they can play the system that he wants to play better than the players that have gone out. But when you do that, it has to work, doesn't it? It has to sort of come together. The system that so much spoke about, the three at the back, and why does he keep doing it? Why doesn't he change it? It has looked better this season, but it seems strange to say that after the performance today. But you feel like it has to happen really quickly. But we probably haven't seen signs of it happening consistently so far, and I think that's the biggest challenge, isn't it?
It's just that you said before he's stubborn, and he's nailed himself to the mast in the sense that he said, I'm not going to change. Early doors when he first came here, I'm going to play the three at the back, and it feels like maybe some of his team selections are following down that path as well.
Yeah, which is, I think it's a silly statement to make. It's his first time coming into the Premier League as well, and getting used to the league and what it's about. And I think the inability to adapt is probably what will catch him out eventually. I think, you look back to, say, Antonio Conte when he came to the Premier League with Chelsea. And I think he started with a 4-4-2 system or a 4-3-3 system, stuck with it, didn't quite work out, reverted back to what he knew, which is a three at the back, went to win the league. But you have to have the adaptability about yourself to be able to kind of just change things. If it's like, it's like the definition of insanity. It's what they say, and you keep doing like the wrong thing, and it keeps going wrong. Then that's on you. Like at some point, you have got to look at it, and you've got to analyse and say, right, what can we do to make a change here? And those players do not look comfortable playing in that system. Me and Luke were talking while the game was going on, and you said, you watch United all the time. He always takes off a centre half. What are you taking off your centre half for? Every single game, a Manchester United centre half comes off to put another Manchester United centre half on when you're losing.
Strange.
I don't get the theory behind it. It's not like you're bringing on a young Rio Ferdinand who's driving through the midfield and creating and making things happen. It's just like for like, and you just kind of go in like, I'm all for like new coaches. We've got two real young coaches here in Amorim and Andrews, and you want them to succeed. But unfortunately, in Amorim's situation, I can't fight his corner. He's not shown me one thing that is saying to me, give him a bit more time because he knows what he's doing. Because the proof is in the performances, and right now, all you're seeing is lacklustre and a lack of ideas within this football team.